is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another NEWTS weekly reading update. It's the final, or it was the final week of the NEWTS. It's over. It's already September. Oh my god. I meant to do this video earlier in, a few days ago. That didn't happen. We're here now. Yeah. I read a lot this last week, like week and a half. I read 12 things, and I am happy that I got so much finished so I could end my NEWTS with a bang. It doesn't mean I liked everything I read, but I read a lot. So, here, let me just, should have probably gotten this settled before that, but, okay. Let's see. Okay, now I'm good. Alright, that's settled. Should have done that earlier. Alright, so let's start with the 3 books that I said it's already started, and I just started this video. Okay. So let's start with the 3 books that I was reading in the last video. So I finished all 3 things. I finished Lover Awakened by J.R. Ward, the 3rd book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. This one follows Zadist and Bella's story. Bella in the last book was taken by a lesser, and Zadist and the rest of the Black Dagger Brotherhood have been trying to find her. After so long, they presume her dead, just because, she couldn't have survived that. But when they get proof that she is alive, they end up rescuing her, and it's just Bella and Zadist's story. Bella struggling with what had happened, and Zadist with his backstory and his tragic backstory, and struggling with allowing Bella to like him and to be near him and things like that. And I really love their story. It's so cute. I give this 5 stars. I love Zadist and Bella. And then I finished the audiobook for With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This one follows Imani, who, let's see, she got pregnant freshman year, and she, why can I not figure out how to just talk about this book? So Imani got pregnant freshman year. During this book, it is her senior year of high school, so her daughter is a couple years old, and she is pretty much a single mother. The father and her are not together. He does help out a little, but not as much, and she's struggling with providing for her daughter. She lives with her grandmother, so, all of the money and everything goes into the house and groceries to her daughter, all of that. And it's her final year of high school, and she just wants to coast through, just make sure everything goes smoothly so she can just finish up school and get a better job, provide more for her daughter, things like that. So she is set on taking a study hall class as her elective, just because with school, with work, and with, taking care of her daughter and cooking and everything, there is no time for like homework and things unless she stays up till 3 o'clock in the morning and does it all again the next day. So yeah, she's decided to take a study hall class, but when a culinary class opens up, she is really tempted to take that class just because she loves cooking and she thinks she's really good at it. And so she would love to know more spices and things like that. And it's a Spanish cooking class with like spices and flavors from Spain. And there's this like trip to Spain and things like that. So she's very tempted to take it, but she knows she shouldn't. But she ends up taking it anyway. And I enjoyed this. I thought this was good. I liked it. I keep going down, but it was good. I didn't love this. I listened to the audiobook. Elizabeth Acevedo narrates her own audiobook, and I liked it. I didn't love the narrating, but obviously it's the author narrating, so I mean, this is how, it's supposed to be. I probably listened to it on too much speed, because I listened on double speed. That might not have been the best for me while reading, or while listening to it. I should have probably lowered it, but at the time, I was just like, I can understand everything, but maybe the tone didn't come across as, how it should have. That's on me. Because, yeah, if you listen to it on too low of a speed or too high of a speed, it could ruin your chances of enjoying the book as much as you want. I've done it before where I was listening to a book, I can't remember, I think it was Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham, and she narrates her own audiobook as well. And I think I was listening to that on too high of a speed, and once I lowered it, I actually liked it a lot more. Like, the humorous bits were coming off actually humorous. So that was my bad. But really, what stopped me from, like, loving this book was Imani. I didn't love her. I wanted to, and at first I was, she was fine. But once she took this class, and this is a cooking class, okay? This is a class where they talk about food safety and following a recipe and, like, cooking from that recipe and things like that. But she just really pissed me off during this class. So she doesn't really seem to care about food safety, like temperatures and things like that. And from someone who, like, works in the food business, you know the importance of food safety, temperatures, hand washing, gloves, allergens, all of that shit. And from her, like, so she would get a recipe and she would just put her own flair on it. She'd spice things, add spices that she thought worked well. And that's fine if he's telling you to be creative with it. But he's telling you to follow the frickin' recipe. And I get that that's what this book was trying to, like, it was trying to make her be like that. Because she got yelled at pretty well, and I really like that. So he told her to follow the recipe, and she put her own flair on it. And I really loved the discussion that the teacher had with her when he's like, it's fine if I told you to be creative, but I didn't. Like, of course, I'm not saying it verbatim. I have no idea where this is. I didn't annotate. This is a library copy, that kind of thing. And he was just saying how the adding of a spice can really screw you, like, can really screw with the customer. So let's say you're working at a restaurant and a customer orders something off the menu, and you are the one cooking this meal, and you're following the recipe, but then at the very end you decide to add a different spice that wasn't in the ingredients, wasn't in the, like, it was just something you decided to throw in there. And let's say the customer's allergic to that spice, and you just caused health concern for that customer. That it could have been fatal, it could just be, like, a quick hospital trip, but still, it's something that you should not have done, and you did it anyway. And that's what really pissed me off. I did like the discussion, though, so it gets resolved. I totally understand that, but it was just something that was, like, just pissing me off, and I almost DNF'd it because of that, because I was just like, if I was working and I did that kind of thing, that would piss me off. And, like, you really have to think of, like, if someone tells you they need this thing off, and you decide to just, or you forget and you put it on, or you just decide, well, no, it doesn't taste right, if you don't keep it on, well, yeah. Or if you just decide to add a spice that wasn't anywhere on the list, that should have been, it was nowhere near this thing. Yeah. And then also in this, which kind of, I could have maybe coasted through without, worrying about it, but just with everything going on, I was just like, this one had quite a few instances of I let out a breath I wasn't even aware of that I was holding or whatever. Yeah. Or I let out a breath I didn't even know I was holding, that's it. So, the romance was kind of cute. It was. I really did enjoy the ending. I thought that was really nice. And I did want good things for Imani. I didn't hate Imani. I liked her. But at the time, I was just like wanting to bang her head against a wall and just be like, listen. So I give this 3.5 stars. I rounded up to 4 stars because I do believe this should be rounded up and not down. So it's like a 3.5 to 4 star read. And then lastly, from the last video that I was still reading, is The Right Swipe by Alicia Rai. I've talked about my concerns for this book, and it didn't really get any better by the end of it. The long chapters really were not doing it for this book. I did not care for Rhiannon much as a character, or as our main character. I just felt she was more of a bitch than a cynic. The romance was okay. I guess by the end, this was just alright. I ended up giving this like a 2.5 to 3 stars. But this isn't my favorite Alicia Rai. I didn't love this book. So, that's over there. I'm done talking about that book because I have been just mulling over my thoughts over that book. And it has not been good. And I've just been like lowering my rating. Which is, I think I was saying it was going to be a 3-star read, and I think I ended up giving it a 3-star, but as I kept going and thinking about it, I'm like, 2.5? Nah, 2.5, 3-star. Okay, that's over there. Alright, so now we can talk about God's Grave by J. Christoph. I actually think I was reading this as well last week, maybe. I know I started to read it. So I decided to pick this up. At first I was already like 60 pages in from like the last time I picked it up, like last year or whatever. But I decided to pick this up again and reread it all. And I even read the footnotes, which, guys, the footnotes can kill me. And sometimes the footnotes were good and sometimes the footnotes just didn't mean a damn thing to me. Like, footnotes are here. They're not on every page, and sometimes they're like that big, sometimes they're that big, sometimes they're like a full page. Which is why, like, footnotes could really, just not do anything for me. And sometimes they were good. Like, sometimes they were really humorous, I like the historical moments, and then sometimes it was just like, I don't care. So, this one follows Mia Corvair after the events of Nevernight, and she's in God's Grave. She has she has decided to join this, like, gladiator type thing, the gladiatory, something like that. I forgot. And the Gladiatorial Collegium, that's what she joins, because it is announced that Sceva, the man who killed her parents, will be making a rare public appearance at the conclusion of the Grand Games. So she has decided to join the games and to win it so she can get in front of Sceva and kill him. and another guy, but still. There's also a character that is pretty much a villain from the last book, kind of redeems theirself a little bit in this one, I guess. You definitely come to understand the reasons they had for what they did, except for that, murder that really pissed me off. So yeah, I really love Nevernight. I gave Nevernight 5 stars, because Nevernight had, like, that school setting that I really love. This one had, like, the gladiator setting that was just alright. Sometimes it was really good, sometimes I'm just, like, bored to tears. I gave this 4 stars. The ending, though, I will say, J. Christoph, you son of a bitch, what the fuck did you do to me? Man, the ending. Oh my god. I am glad I finally read this. I am glad I can get into Dark Dawn. I'm really excited for Dark Dawn, especially with that ending. What the fuck? But yeah, I gave this 4 stars. This was good. Wasn't my favorite, but still, it was enjoyable. And I did get to see characters that I absolutely loved. So, we're good there. Okay, next up, let's do the Dark Hunter books that I read. I actually read them. I was really afraid I wasn't going to get to these, and I just decided to pick them up one day, and yeah, it was perfect. So, the first one is One Silent Night by Shaylin Kenyon. This one follows Stryker and Zafira. Striker's the villain of the series. He's not, like, the only villain, but he's one of the main villains of the series. And he decides to unleash this evil to take out Acheron, my baby, and Nick, who is kind of a pain in my ass, but they have wronged him in some way, and he has decided to unleash this powerful evil to get rid of them, without realizing that this powerful evil will, in turn, backstab you. Like, it'll take out the ones that, you know, you want dead, and then it'll, you know, come around and kill you. And, before this powerful evil can take out my, you know, my good characters, it decides to screw with Striker and his crew and kind of turn them against each other, and then Striker decides to join with the good guys for just a little bit to, just take this guy out, because he's sick and tired of this crap. And then you do get Striker's backstory and his relationship with his ex-wife Zafira, and she finally comes back into his life, and it's their love story, like their second chance story. I actually thought this was really good. I remember liking this in the past and thinking, oh my god, this is a villain story, but it's actually like a redemption arc. Okay, this would be a redemption arc if Striker wanted to be redeemed, but he's a freaking villain, he would kill you. But I feel like Striker, he could be good, because you definitely come to understand that he has a reason to be upset, and, you know, like, he comes from the Acolyte race, which are the descendants of Apollo, though Striker is the actual son of Apollo, he's half god. But Apollo, after something happens, decides to curse his race and curse them to die at the age of 27, and it's a really ugly death, like really ugly. And Striker has come to just hate his father and become the villain because of all this happening. There is a way to not die at 27, but that is to take the souls of humans, and it's to kill. It's pretty much, that's why they're vampires. Like, they take the souls of human beings to live longer. But I mean, essentially, they're killing them. And it's just, like, Striker, I feel bad for him, but he is a villain, so yeah. 4 stars though. I was surprised that was 4 stars. I think I gave it 3 stars last time, but this time I really, really loved it. Also, you find out Striker has a kid. Another kid, because he had more before, but you find out he has another one. That was nice. And then I read Dream Warrior by Sherilyn Kenny. This is the next book in the series. This is, I think, like 16 and 17, or 15 and 16, something like that. And this one follows Kratos and Delphine. So, Kratos 6,000 years ago is ordered to kill a baby by Zeus and decides not to. And so Zeus, in turn, tortures him, beats the shit out of him, casts him down to earth, makes him suffer even more for 6,000 years. This has continued to happen. Kratos cannot catch a break. And now there's this other ancient evil that has decided to just destroy everything, including the gods, the human race, like all of it. And Delphine is being ordered by Zeus to go down to Kratos, and beg him to help them, because he's the only one that can help them. And Kratos, in turn, is like, fuck you. Nope. Don't care. Die. For the last 6,000 years, you have been torturing the shit out of him, and now you expect him to help you? No. So, Kratos decides to join the enemy, because he wants them dead. He wants, you know, the gods dead, so he's just like, yeah, I'll join you, I'll take them out. But then the enemy betrays him, and then he ends up actually joining the good guys, and yeah. This was really good. I really loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I found that the first Dream Hunter one, which I think is just Dream Hunter, following Ericos and... oh, what the hell is her name? Gary Megara, yeah. I didn't like that one at all. Like, that one's like a 1-star book. I did not like that one. The rest of them, though, have been really good, and yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. 5 stars. Okay, so then we have the manga / graphic novels. I finally read them. So we have Happy Marriage Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So this follows, what's her name? Chiwa, who works for this company. Her father is in debt. He's in major debt. He does it to himself. It's not good. And Chiwa is working like 2 jobs to try and maintain, you know, some sort of lifestyle for them, to like help her father out, try to get him out of debt, try to like live. And then she is approached by this guy who is the CEO of one of the companies she works for. Her day job, pretty much. She has a day job and a night job. The night job is not good. It's pretty much like a hostess to this like guy bar or whatever, and they just, yeah, she's supposed to please the men or whatever. It's not good. But this guy, the CEO for day job, approaches her and tells her that he wants to arrange a marriage between them because his grandfather wants him to marry her because she is the granddaughter of somebody that the grandfather liked, like loved but missed his chance with. So he wants to see them together, and he wants to do it only because that's the only way to be promoted more into the company. He wants to take over the company, and the grandfather won't let him do it until he marries her. And in turn for marrying him, he will help get her father out of debt and everything. So that's pretty much the reason for that. I really like the art style. If I can find a, well, this is fine. Like, I really like the art style and everything. It's definitely classic, like, shoujo. Yeah, shoujo beat. I enjoyed this. I give this 3 stars. I think this is cute. The one thing I really like, the main character is a virgin, and I really love him because he won't do anything with her until she wants it. The biggest thing, though, is that he'll wait until she loves him, and she won't let anything happen until he says he loves her. So yeah, that's really good. I gave this 3 stars. It was cute. It is a reread. I think the first time I gave it a 4 stars, but after rereading it I realized it's just really a 3-star manga so far. The same thing with the second one. I give this like a 3 stars. Again, it's cute and everything. Sometimes the characters do things that just piss me off, but you know, it's fine. 3 stars. And then the third volume, things have gotten a little bit better between the characters, especially towards the end. So I'm giving this one like a 3 now. Oh no, this is volume 2. I knew it. I was looking at this one, and I was just like, no, that happened in volume 2. 3 stars for volume 2, but this is volume 3. Yeah, this is volume 3. And I really like things towards the end of this one, so I gave this one 3.5 stars. So far, so good, though. I mean, it's alright. It's all good. And yeah, so that was really good. Then I read Shades of Magic. I don't know, The Steel Prince, the prequel graphic novel to the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. And this one follows Prince Maxim, who is, in the Shades of Magic series, is the adopted father of Kel. He is the king in that series, but in this one, he is a young prince. And it's him being sent to this city, this dangerous port city, with a reputation for trouble. Within moments of his arrival, he's faced with crooks and thieves, con artists and brawlers. Worse, the infamous pirate queen Orissa, feared by outlaws and soldiers alike, has just pulled into port. So it's just really that. I just don't feel like this really had anything for me. I really love the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I will love that forever. This, though, didn't do anything for me. I didn't care for anything. The art is just not for me. I'm sorry. Sometimes the art is really gorgeous. Like, let's see. Like, okay, this is really gorgeous. This is pretty. But I just didn't care for, like, the character art and stuff like that. I don't know, like, this just doesn't do it. And I didn't really care for the story either. This just wasn't for me. This is like a 1.5 star. Like, I gave it a 2 star on Goodreads, but really, this is more like a 1.5 star to me. Though I'm glad that's off. I don't know if I'm gonna unhaul it because it is part of the Shades of Magic trilogy. But first off, I'm so pissed I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because I really love the cover for the original. Where is it? If I can find it, I can show you. Oh, here it is. Well, this isn't exactly the cover art, but that's pretty much like how he stands and stuff like that. So I would have rather had that. Like, it's like more red, but I would have rather had that than this. But I just, no. I don't know, I might unhaul it because I just will never touch that again. Ever. So I don't know if I really want to keep it. Okay, so let's talk about the final books that I read. First one being Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. This is a reread. I absolutely love this book. Every time I talk about it, I say how much I freaking love this book. And I have realized upon a reread, so I didn't annotate it. I decided to just listen to the audiobook because I really need to finish this so I can get into The Girl at the Sea Gate back, because I got the e-arc for that. So I decided to listen to the audiobook. I still freaking love the audiobook. It's fantastic. But I have realized upon a reread that there is something missing from this, and it's the level of brutality. I just feel like with a Viking-inspired story, I need to, like, worry about characters that I love dying, and I'm not, because, spoiler alert, nobody you love dies. I just don't feel like there's, like, so much of a higher stake in this. I do love it. I do feel like the main character and the writing and the, like, action, just, it really makes the story so freaking good, and I absolutely loved it. So I still give this 5 stars, but I feel like it would just be perfect. Like, the perfect novel, if it had a level of brutality, and if it had some more, like, higher stakes to this. So, yeah. Still a 5-star read, still absolutely love it, but I'm just saying there is one little flaw in it. But it doesn't, drive the star rating down at all. So the last book that I read, is The Girl at the Sea Gate Back by Adrienne Young. This is the companion novel to Sky in the Deep, and this one follows Tova, who is a brand new character we've never met before. She's part of a new clan we've never heard about, the Svel. Technically, though, she's from the Kur clan, I think is how you say it, but she was, like, sacrificed to the gods, and this person from the Svel clan came and rescued her. These are new clans I've never heard about, with new gods and beings called the Spinners, who I believe are like the Fates kind of thing. I've never heard about any of these in this book, but, you know, okay. And so Tova is from that, and her clan, the Svel clan, are wanting to go to war, really. Well, a section of the Svel clan wants to go to war with the Nadir clan, which are the Riki and the Aska from the first book. And the rest of the clan doesn't want that, and the chieftain of the clan is part of the clan that doesn't want it. But that little section has gone to a village and just decimated that village completely. So the chieftain decides to make terms of reparation and try and fix what they had done. But when they meet up with members of the Nadir clan, which is the chieftain of that clan, Halvard, who is someone we loved in this book, who is primed to be the next chieftain, and Augie, who is also from this book. So, like, we have members of that clan and the members of the Svel clan who are meeting for terms of reparation, and things go awry. Just everything turns to bloodshed because that section has decided they don't care what the chieftain says. They're going to kill everybody. And things go crazy. Tova was there. She escaped from bloodshed, thankfully. And Nadir was the only, or not Nadir, Halvard was the only member of the Nadir clan to escape. So now he is chieftain. They're going to war with the Svel clan, all of that. Now we need to talk about the things I hated about this book. And guys, it's the whole book. Remember how I said I gave this 5 stars? I think this should have just stayed a standalone. Should never have had a sequel. Even though this is a companion, and this is set 10 years after Sky in the Deep, it didn't work at all for me. I was really mad. I was pretty much hate reading this book, because as I was reading it, I was just like, I don't care about the characters. The writing is different, I feel like. It just doesn't flow well like it did in the first book. There's like no action really, and when we do get to the action, again, without the higher stakes. We did, this is sort of a spoiler, but I'm not telling you who it is, 20% and we do lose a character that we know. But I just don't feel like it really meant anything. Like, I was going through the motions of reading this book without caring about anybody. Even the characters that I have come to love in this book, I felt like I couldn't connect to them in this one. Guys, I was so mad. This is another one where I gave it like 2 stars on Goodreads, but I feel like it's more of like a 1 to a 1.5. Like, I just can't stand this. I'm so mad. I requested an e-arc from NetGalley, and I am very appreciative of the fact that I got it, but I just can't love that book. There's nothing about that book that I care about, and that's why I feel like it's more of a 1 star to me. So that was the last book I read in August. The last book was a 1 star book. I was so mad. And actually, the book I read before that was The Steel Prince. So I ended the NEWTS off with a really sour note, really negative note. But I'm still really happy with everything I read. I'm still really, I still read some really fantastic books. I just didn't read as many fantastic ones as I thought. The ones I thought, like this one I could have told you was... If I did a 5-star prediction video, this would have been a 5-star prediction. No problem. No problem at all. But, you know, I had read a review that I feel was definitely... It definitely resonated. The review was the fact that this read more like a debut novel than this did. Like, this should have been the debut novel than this. This was fucking amazing. This was awful. And I have to write a review on it. Okay, I caught it. It's fine. I really hate when I drop things. And I cannot drop that. Okay, so I'm gonna... Here, you're gonna watch me do this. Can you even see? Alright, can you see it better? Alright. Come on. Can you see? Alright, you can sort of see. You see that there's like 2 stars? Yeah, I'm changing it to a 1 star. Okay. And actually, Shades of Magic too. Or The Steel Prince. I keep calling it Shades of Magic. I changed both of those to 1 stars. Alright. Oh, and I'm almost at 150 books. So my challenge for the year was 100, and I'm at 149. So with the next couple books I'm going to talk about, I'll get to 150. Alright, so, here, I need this for one more thing. Alrighty. Okay, so I am currently reading The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow, whatever. I'm like 15% of the way through, and it's okay. there's like a book within the book. Like, there's the 10,000 Doors of January is the book, obviously, and then within this book, there's a book called The 10,000 Doors that we're getting chapters from, and I've only read the prologue, but I'm bored to tears. Like, I'm completely bored to tears from that. So we'll see how that goes. But it's okay so far. There's freaking long chapters again. I hate long chapters. But we'll get there. It'll be fine. One that I haven't actually started yet, which I should have started yesterday, and I meant to, but I was just reading that. Like, I was reading 10,000 Doors of January and I fell asleep. But yeah, I am going to start The Assassin's Blade today. This is by Sarah J. Maas. This is part of the Readathon. Yeah, I'm going to start this today. I need to read like 120 pages, but as long as I finish the first novella, which is The Assassin, the Pirate Lord, I'll be fine. I'm also going to be writing lots of notes, annotating all the jazz with this one. But yeah. And then the last book that I'm currently reading is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes. I'm actually finally reading this. How many times have I put this in a TBR and I haven't picked it up? I finally picked this up yesterday. And I am 71 pages in. Not bad. Things are so-so. I mean, it's going crazy so far. But you know what I love about this one? Short chapters, people. Short chapters. Really gets you wanting to just read more. Where the long chapters, you're just bored of what's happening. You know what I mean? Sometimes it works, sometimes it really just doesn't. I did get the ebook from the library. I downloaded it from the library. So it's helping me more because that way I can read on the go, but I'm also reading this on ebook as well, the 10,000 Doors of January, I should say. And then technically I also have the ebook of this, but again, I want to annotate, and so I need to read physically, but I also have my iPad where I can just take notes. So yeah, that's everything I've read for the NEWTS and everything I've started reading so far for September. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Happy reading.